Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Guys, I was wrong. If you watched the video that I posted yesterday where we actually showcased Arasis, I mentioned that the only way to really reach 10 stack of burn is by having this legendary champion Karf, this bad boy. Well, I was completely wrong, guys, because there is this rare champion that I completely forgot to mention yesterday, and my god, he is absolutely amazing. So that's what we're going to showcase in today's video. Of course, Arasis will be back in the menu. We're going to have another look at this champion. We're going to try some different teams. But the main spotlight today is going to be on Beags, guys. He is a rare burn champion and he can bring so many stacks. The passive, every third basic attack has a 100% chance of inflicting a stack of burn on the target for 10 seconds. Now, the more attack speed you guys have on this character, the more basic attacks he will do. So that means that he will have a much higher chance to put burn on the enemy. Then we have the battle skill, selects an enemy and throws an incendiary at them and their side, dealing some attack fire damage upon hit with a chance of inflicting a stack of burn. Fully scrolled, it will be 100%. Guess what? A rare champion is more accessible. You can actually select it from the chest if you haven't summoned this bad boy just yet. Every battle pass at level 10 will give you a chest that will allow you to select a rare champion. So keep your mind on this rare champion if you collected most of the other ones, you know, the OP ones. Then we have the ultimate skill. It has an AoE coverage. Strikes an enemy within range 5 times, each dealing 130% attack fire damage with a 30% chance scrolled, a 40% chance of inflicting a stack of burn. 5 hits, great for having a Crown of the Unclean or Witch's Remains if you're trying to land defense down. In this build, we're not using any of them because I want to try something completely different, and I'm going to show you what would be the perfect build for this character, okay? Now, as an artifact, guys, I actually went with the Sylvester Horseshoe. I don't see the buff when this procs, honestly, or I haven't paid maybe enough attention. So I'm not 100% sure when it's on or no, but this has basically a 20% chance to give us a 50% extra attack speed for 10 seconds. Now, we are using the battle skill pretty often, so at the same time, I heard that this is bugged, the Horn of the Labyrinth, so this one right here, it will keep the stacks forever. The stacks will not expire as they should, you know. Not like it really matters, because I don't really care about having attack up on him, you know. He's there just to put the stacks of burn, not really to do the damage. But at the same time, if you have it, you know, it's fine. So let's actually use this just for a bit of a change. Just use this, and we're going to drop that attack interval even more, you see. He's at 1 minute right now, which is pretty crazy. He's constantly going to use the active skill, you know. Then we have, of course, Gambler set, just a 2-piece one, because we wanna use a different set next to it as well. So we have a 15% attack and 20% attack speed, very, very important. Then we have a Moonlight set, which will give us skill haste. This will give us accuracy next to the skill haste, and that will overall allow us to rotate the ultimate and battle skill more often. You see, the more skill haste, the more battle skill, the better. And right here, we prioritize to get a lot of attack speed and skill haste preferably, you know. The main priority is attack speed, in my opinion, guys, because you want him to use the basic skill as often as possible, because every third basic skill is 100% chance to land that burn. So let's actually take these teams for a couple of spins around some dungeons and stuff. So let's start with the Frost Domain. This is actually one of the more challenging ones because you need to have a good damage in order to melt the boss. I'm still gonna use my Durem Legendary here just for the simple fact that I want him to allow to put the defense down. And the reason why I prefer him over the other epics that do burn is because this one doesn't actually consume any burns. He just deals damage. That's about it, you know. He doesn't consume the burn. He doesn't activate them. So I have more stacks for Arasis like this, you know. But let's crack on it. It's not necessarily the most interesting team for AoE damage, for waves and stuff. Kind of like the main reasons why I have Durem in here too. We want him to help us kill the waves a bit faster, you know. If we're counting only on Arasis and Beags, it's going to take us a while because Arasis has a weird diamond-shaped area which is only around him. So how he is in this position right now, he's only going to hit the targets next to him. The other three that are out of reach won't be touched. Then Beags, of course, has the ultimate skill, which can become a bit random, you know, depending on what coverage area you have. It might not hit all the targets. But look how quick we are melting this boss, okay? Just pay attention. So we're putting the stacks. We have 7 stacks. Right now, we went all the way up to 9 stacks. And just look at that shield. It's gone. That shield is like it never existed. So we're melting this boss. It's actually so good. So good. Of course, Durem dealt more damage because he killed most of the waves, you know. But that was actually a pretty fast run. What do we have here? Let's see. 1 minute and 1 second. And it's the best time too. And I had no food either, right? So we have no attack food or anything like that. Let's give it another quick going here. The very first run that I've done, of course, Orestes had more damage. But that's mainly because probably he had more time to deal damage on waves and the boss too. Look at the stacks though. Beags doing an amazing job. Definitely not letting us down, huh? So if you don't have Karf, the legendary champion, guys, don't you worry. Beags is here to have your back, you know? Again, big shout out to Dragonheir for allowing us to play a lot of rare and epic champions, because it's honestly so good to be able to take them in the end game and get value out of the lower rarities of champions. You know, most gacha games, they don't really do that. You have legendaries, you don't, go and summon some, you know? So it's definitely a good thing to have that on. So check this out again. Let's bring the damage up. Durem is still at the top because he melted the waves, right? Like when you have burn on the enemies, Durem deals a lot of damage, AoE, which is very nice because he ignores defense too with all the 3 hits. And even on the boss, 45k, 45, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like, again, we're going to kill the boss before Orestes will get to use the ultimate again. Yeah, so that went pretty quick. But just to see how fast you can farm the Frost domain with the burn team, you know? Yeah, we do have a legendary which can be replaced. I would probably, if I would be to replace him in the team, and let me actually do it. Let's just do it quickly. I'm going to bring Dane instead, so that will solve the problem. I'm going to bring Dane instead, and let me just quickly change the Rift Hourglass on him and put the Witch's Remains. So like this, we don't have any legendaries, you know? And it should work pretty similar, because Dane has 2 AoEs as well, so he will actually maybe help to kill the waves faster. He will deal enough damage. Okay. So Orestes will definitely dominate the damage here, because he will get to kill more waves as well. So how many seconds it took us this? Okay, 18 seconds to get the first wave down. Okay, bang, we got those ones down. Beags. Damn, that chance didn't proc at all to put a burn, actually. So he's a bit slower by the looks of it. At least it seemed like it. It might not be. We still have, what, 25 seconds roughly to take the boss down, which probably is not going to happen. So I think it will be a bit longer than before, but it doesn't matter. Let's see the damage here. So Orestes is at the top, yeah, as expected. We haven't broke the shield now. We didn't have enough stacks, but in the end we managed to get it down. So we have 4 stacks, 5 stacks. Beags, come on. Oh man, that RNG doesn't want to drop any stacks in, you see? It's literally like 10 seconds slower without the legendary champion. So that's actually pretty damn impressive, right? Literally 10 seconds spot on. And look at the statistics. So we have Orestes with 40% of the damage, Dane with 28.6, and then we have Beags with 20%, man, and he's not even really meant to deal the damage there, you know? He's kind of like the enabler for Orestes. I just kind of like wanted to point him out because I feel like he's a awesome character. Let's go over to the Grave of Curse. Let me show you a very nice free-to-play friendly team in a way or another. So not necessarily free-to-play, because I am using the Rift Hourglass, which it can be changed if I'm changing the presets on. So I'm gonna do a few different guides for the next few days on dungeons as free-to-play guys. So I'm definitely going to do this as well. Probably with the exact same team and without any legendary artifacts. So right now, this is what I have on my team. I have the Rift Hourglass on Dane because I want him to constantly remove the decrease attack from the boss. Now, if I'm changing that on Dane and put, for example, the Incense Burner, which will pretty much give me the same sort of value, or not even take one of those. If you're letting him to strip the increased attack from the boss as soon as he lands it, this burn melts the boss so fast that we're not gonna be underlapping rather than overlapping, sorry. So here we're gonna put food, guys. We're gonna use the defense food just in case. And I do have a bit of a preset, basically. I have Dane on an 18 seconds rotation with the boss. But if I remove this and let him do the job as he wants to without the Rift Hourglass, like I have, for example, with Isolde, because she is using the skill on a default and then is on a 18 seconds, which is not the case. I've tried to get as much skill haste on her, but I have her at 18 point something. So I still put it like that, but she's not going to keep up with the boss. You know, she's gonna get overlapped as well. So let's give it a go here. And let's see Beags in action. Beags and Oresses. Who said you need a Legendaries, man? Skratch, I'm pretty sure you said that yesterday. You know, I'm pretty sure you said that yesterday. 3 stacks. It really depends of the RNG as well, you know, when the 40% chance procs from his ultimate. We have Adolphus. We get more shield. Isolde tanking. I know a lot of people don't like Isolde, but I really think she's an awesome tank. I think she brings in a lot of value. Okay, look at that. 9 stacks. 9 stacks. Bang. 8. Boom. Pretty good damage. Pretty good damage. Okay, we haven't stripped that one. That can be a bit of a problem. That RNG when you don't strip the debuffs, you know. Okay, how many stacks we have? 5 stacks. 6. I'll take that too. Okay, back on 6. The more he's using the basic skill, guys, the more stacks we're gonna put on the boss too. And this is stage 9, huh? On Grave of Curse. So this is not something like super easy, super light to beat. But we are literally cruising through the stage. Look at that. Look at that. Bang, we detonated again quite a few stacks. Oresses with 54% of the damage. Dane is actually out-damaging Beags, but that's because Dane, he is built for damage, while Beags is kind of like more of an enabler and a lot of attack speed, you know. Beautiful. And we are farming this in less than 2 minutes, which is definitely a very, very good time for this dungeon, you know. Bang! Go down, boss. Grave of Curse, guys. 1 minute and 39 seconds. Best time that I've got with this team is 1 minute and 32 seconds. Not to mention, I've only done 2 or 3 runs, so we can definitely try for a better time. Oresses with 2 million damage enabled by Beags, guys. So that's actually pretty damn impressive. If we're gonna check out Grave of Venom. So yesterday people were like saying, Skratch, have you seen a team without Garius for the Grave of Venom? Garius is amazing when you are kind of like trying to beat high stages early. So right now we're gonna run a completely different team. Now the only problem that I have right here is that I need to change a couple of pieces of gear around, just for the simple fact that I need to have the Scarab on her if I want her to survive. She will be able to tank it just fine, but I'm going to tell you the secret because it's all part of a strategy. And I'm going to do a different guide on this, guys, actually. I'm going to do a different guide on this just to kind of like give a few different options. We don't care about you. I feel like Furbart was the other one that needed to have the defense down artifact, okay? Now, that one is this one. Okay. So, Adolphus here is very important in this team, guys, because not only that he will keep our Isolde alive with the battle skill. You see that massive shield that she just got there? That was from Adolphus, okay? Just so you know. And then she has the Scarab, which will help her to stay alive. Now, right here, the burn will actually be pretty random. And because of the positioning that we have on Oresses, which I think I should change, actually. I think I should change it and make this even faster. 1 second. Because he's not detonating the burns only on the orb right here. Maybe if I do it like this, and he'll come in this spot, maybe he'll target the others too. Let's see. But definitely Beags putting up some serious work for our boy Arasis in here, you know. And there you go, guys. No Garius, but I'll do a proper guide on this team or similar teams in the next few days. I feel like it's pretty hard to replace Frorbart in this team if you're using Burn, because who's gonna heal, you know? Like, I do have Adolphus, which will give me some healing and stuff, but you're gonna need more healing, and without Frorbart, you're gonna have to basically bring in a different healer and a different attack down champion. Or you can just count on Isolde to put the attack down. And that can solve out the issue. So maybe we can use a Magan instead of Frorbart and make sure that Isolde has enough accuracy, which she doesn't have at the moment. Again, it's very important what gear sets you have on her as well. But I'll do a guide on this tomorrow, guys. On this and the other dungeon, because I feel like a lot of people are kind of like in desperate need of different options except Garius and the rest, you know. The more obvious choices. But yeah, Garius is very, very strong early on to carry you. Because he can survive better than any other tank, basically, you know. So here we are. Now that we are closer to the boss, we're actually going to be able to blow the burns on the boss. The only problem that I have right here is that Beags, he attacks the orb, right? Because that's what's in his range. And because of it, the boss doesn't really get any stacks at the beginning. So it takes us a bit longer to kill this boss than the others, just for the simple fact that the burns go on the orbs, you know. But as it is right now, the burn stacks will go on the boss. And like that, we're going to be able to basically deal a lot of damage and take the boss down faster now, you see. It's still going to be roughly under 2 minutes or around there, which is still a pretty impressive result, I think. 7 stacks. Look at that. Bang! That was a lot of damage. And we are almost at under 2 minutes. It's gonna take a little bit longer. Look at them stacks dropping in there. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, 5 seconds on top of it. Not a big deal. So if I'm gonna give accuracy to Isolde, job done. But there you go, guys. Beags and Arasis putting in some serious work. 2 million damage, 51.5%. And you have Beags with 25.5% at 1 million as well. Definitely pretty solid. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Very, very nice. So I just wanted to showcase this rare champion, guys. An amazing enabler for Arasis. You don't need Karf, even though Karf looks awesome. He is better, of course, as a legendary version. He's perfectly normal. But definitely do not sleep on Beags. That was all for this video, guys. Much love. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you smash a like and subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps the channel to grow a lot. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.